Alrighty, Jack, we are live and here at Sebring for the first time in a long time, doing an endurance race at Sebring for round 1 of season 32.
Well, good evening, Jake. It's good to be back at AGP Thursday night racing.
Yeah. We got to give a shout out to our sponsors. We have sponsors now. I don't know if you knew that. Evolved Talent Agency, that's the sponsor for Turbo Nerds. That's David Maros and Peter Szabo. Those guys are looking very fast. That's one of them in the front there, I believe. Fog Studios, sponsoring PMR, Chris Moses and Aaron Parsons. Morrison Lee, sponsoring Podium Hunters, that's Kevin Kirkbride and Zach Hefner, and then Snowden Studios sponsoring Al and Brad in this race. So that is quite a lot of real world sponsors there for our drivers. Yeah,
moving into the big leagues. Everybody's stepping up and gathering themselves up some sponsorship, which is great to see. If you're interested in sponsoring an AGP, contact the admins.
Yeah. Or maybe Trevor for the time being. Like I said, Peter Szabo up front in that ETA-sponsored car. Looking good on time, but Jonathan Cuppett and Matt Taylor got ahead of David Maros in the feature race, in the qualifying race last week. So it is not an ETA 1-2, but it is Lamborghini 1 through 4. So Lamborghini looking very fast at this track in particular. And we will.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, I've got a few new cars this year. I noticed that BMW was completely changed, and we've got that car, that Scuddy Cameron Glickenhaus.
Right. Yeah.
We were talking earlier. You think it looks like a boat. I think it looks like a beached whale. But
I said it looked like a prototype.
Gorilla is the designer. 3.5-liter twin turbo, 490 horsepower. So we'll see how it does here at Thursday Night Racing.
Yeah, I like it, Jack. So I think it's cool. It's from the back especially looks much like a Le Mans prototype, and it gives it quite a different look than all the cars in the pack. In fact, it kind of looks out of place sometimes when you see somebody come up behind Kevin or Zach. So let's run through the order, Jack, while we got time, since I like to talk. Peter Szabo in the front, as I mentioned. Jonathan Cuppett, second place. Matt Taylor, his teammate, in third. And then David Maros rounds out the top 4. All Lamborghinis, the ETA and the, gosh, I forget what their new team name is, but Matt Taylor and Jonathan Cuppett are teammates, of course. Kevin Kirkbride's in 5th place in that Glickenhaus we were just talking about. Jesse Olsen then in purple helmets in the Ferrari in 6th. And then his teammate Sean Ricker right behind him. A lot of teammates together today. Aaron Parsons is starting 8th. He's not in yet. He'll be in just a little bit, hopefully. Jeremy Bryant is starting from 9th place. Brad Marys is starting from 10th in that McLaren. Excuse me, you can go. We're missing a couple drivers, but we can go through 11 through 20 if you want.
Jake, I'm having some technical difficulties at the last minute. You'll have to continue on there for a second there, brother.
We will weather on. So Chris Moses, 911 RSR, got 11th place. Abe Wozniak in the Corvette is in 12th. David Poole in another Corvette's in 13th. Gosh, these guys are close together on the grid. Al Merriman in 14th in that McLaren. So Brad just one car ahead of him in that row. Sam Rolfe isn't here yet. He should be. Yeah, he's certainly coming. He was in the. He's here, and he's in the Z4. Our first Z4 in 15th place. Then there's Iggy behind him in 16th. That's our Argentina team. John McIntyre is in 17th place in that Audi. Salem is not here today. John Ludden in 18th. Omar Gomez in 19th. Bjorn Heyman 20th. Cobus DeVier is in 21st. David Zahn starting 22nd. Sergio Calderon starts 23rd. Andrew Werner is going to start 24th. Zach Hefner 25th. Got a penalty. He's actually back here for a penalty. Curtis Chandler, same thing, I believe. Terry may not have qualified last week, and then we got Dan Thorpe rounding out the pack. And Mark DeGrasse, excuse me. We got a full list here, folks. 29 cars. And everybody's here now.
Yeah, it is definitely a full house. As you mentioned, Zach Hefner and Kurt Chandler are in the doghouse.
Yes, indeed.
Penalties from the qualifying race, so they're at the back.
Yeah.
And it appears I've overcome my technical difficulties here. Jake, sorry about that.
No problem.
But it's good to be back, folks. It's been away for a while, and it'll probably take me a week to get settled back down again.
Well, we're glad you're back, Jack. Trust me. They were not entertained enough last week. They said I needed to drink a Red Bull.
I highly doubt that at all, and we're lucky to have you here there, brother.
Well, they got a broadcast. They just didn't get much commentary. I'm not one for talking to myself. We're about to start here, and as soon as I see our cars disappear, I'll do my little shuffle. There it is. Back to our front camera, and here we go. Whoa. All right. Oh, Sabo hits
that. Is a lot of cars. 29 cars, a lot of cars coming in the first couple of complex corners.
Right. Sabo hit a curb hard there. Lots of guys hitting these curbs very hard. Using a lot of curb here. On the first lap.
Peter Zabel off in the grass.
Oh, no.
He is now sitting last.
Oh, no. Unlucky start, but good for... if I had the Spotters Guide in front of me, I would know those team names, so somebody will give me grief about that, I'm sure. But Jonathan Cuppett, Matt Taylor, here in the front for the time being. However, David Morrows has not had any issues, and so he remains in third place. Kevin Kirkbride still in fourth, so these guys holding well. Jeremy Bryant had a good start and hopped up to fifth position. So... I saw him hop out there at the start, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get by. It got very busy there very quickly. So, yeah, he hopped ahead of.
Where to send you here, Jake? I got red all the way across the board. It's probably going to take a lap or two for these guys to sort themselves out, but they are nose to tail. I'm sitting at the back of the pack with Mark DeGrasse, and they are nose to tail up to about position 15.
Yeah, absolutely. It's busy out there.
New driver shout out, Terry Murphy. What do you know about him?
I think he started last at the end of the Monday season last season, so season 31. And he was with us on Mondays, I believe.
Well, welcome, Terry. I'll get some stats and some info on you and talk you a bit there. I always like to chat up the new drivers.
Okay, David Morrow's right on Jonathan Cuppett's tail. Oh, wow.
Absolutely, and Kirkbride not far behind. But right behind him is Jeremy Bryant, who's pushing him pretty good, too. And David Poole. Good to see David back racing again on Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah. David and Andrew both back and teaming up again in the Corvette. They got a pretty late lottery pick, as you can imagine, since they didn't participate last season. So, but they've been making the Corvette work for them so far, so we'll see what they can do.
Well, you know, they've got a great setup guy, and if anyone can set that car up, David Poole can.
Yeah, absolutely. And always shares the setups.
Boy, a little farther back, 15 now, Merriman. 16, Johnny McIntyre. And 17, Andrew Werner. Boy, side-by-side action going on here. This is going to be a lot of action. What are we in 67 laps? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, we got over 2 hours of racing here, Jack.
Werner has, he saved it. He's off track, but he saved it. He didn't hit anything yet.
Yeah. His hold up looks like 12th place. Excuse me, that's 11th. There is Brad and Abe, and that is John Lutton stacking up. Oh goodness!
Oh, I see that
touch!
happening. Oh man! And who's sneaking in there?
That's Lutton.
Oh my God! We got Al, Abe, Lutton, Brad Maris. Oh boy! And holy smokes, Al is really diving in tight here.
Al's saying,
I don't like the looks of this.
Yeah, I would give him some room if I was Al. Oh, little mistake there, I think.
And McIntyre right up behind these guys. And Hefner with the boat sneaking up on the inside. Too wide, too deep.
Oh no! Keep it clean, boys. Wow.
Man,
great job. Great job. Yeah.
That's what I call a pucker moment.
Yeah.
And you know, right in behind is Kobus, and Kobus is probably thinking, "Oh, just hammer each other there, guys."
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Ludden's hunting down Brad. That Audi was the first pick. So, where was the fun race? Road America.
Yeah, that was 163 for that Audi on that back straight. And I was watching earlier, and Brad Maris was topping out around 159. So that Audi's got some legs.
Yeah, check out the Lamborghini. I'm interested to see what that is at, especially Matt Taylor at the wheel in first place. I mean, just cracking off fastest laps. He hasn't broken 2 minutes yet, but he's full of fuel.
I'll grab his straightaway times at the end of his lap there.
Yeah.
Some great racing going on here.
This battle for 12th still going on.
Yeah, 1 through, 2 through 7 or 2 through 8 is all tight. Chris Moses hanging on to the 9. Parsons on the 8. And David Poole, as you said, the Corvette, if that went late in the round, it's got that sitting in P6, so 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 in P6.
Folks, we will get it back and running. Not sure what that's about. Can't tell you.
Cobus de Villiers in the pits.
Uh-oh.
163 for Matt Taylor in that Lambo.
Same as the Audi then.
Just about bang on.
Yep. All right. Coming back. Still live, still on Twitch. Should be good. And David Morris has gotten by Jonathan Cuppett. But Cuppett is not giving it away that easily. There we go. Yep, we're back. Okay, great. Getting advertisements on Twitch, but we're back. Little battle there for second place. Early in the race, Kevin Kirkbride is right there to take advantage of any mistakes these guys make at all. So they have got to keep it clean. Further back. Okay, looks like
Jeremy Brandt's also in the hunt for that as well.
Yeah. Looks like Ludden got by Iggy at some point, and oh, Ludden spins it. Oh, he's in the way. Wow. He gets turned around. That was scary. Right, and he is now in 18th. Make that 19th. Omar Gomez had more speed in the straight after that mistake. Oh, and that's Morrow suspended. No, that's Cuppett suspended.
And that's a bad,
bad spot. Wow. As Brad makes his way around.
He's got it going though.
Yep, he's got it going. I didn't see him hit a wall real hard. Hopefully he doesn't have major damage.
Whoa, Parsons and Olsen connect, and Parsons is spun around.
Oh no, Ludden disconnected, so I guess he's out. I think we missed an incident when I was disconnected.
Moses and Olsen side by side.
Yeah, lots of people in the pits all of a sudden. Those may be terminal.
So Taylor out in front, but he's only 7 seconds out in front. Mind you, that's a second a lap. If he keeps this up, he'll be a minute better ahead of everybody. But with the way the traffic's been going, once he gets up to traffic, he's going to be in the same amount of trouble everybody else is in.
Yeah, he is. His teammate Cuppett was in second place, but fell back after making a mistake. And David Maros has been having to fight with Cuppett, so I don't think we've seen David's true pace, maybe, until now. We'll see if he can, now he's got clean air, we'll see if he can catch up to Taylor, who's turned a 2014, excuse me. That's pretty quick lap time there.
Just a little bit of an update. No need to go there though. Peter Zavo is who had an unfortunate incident at the start of the race. Has gone from last, is now in 15th, and he's hunting down 3 cars in front of him. So keep my eye on these guys making a move.
Battle for third has caused Kevin to lose some time to David Maros. He's had to take a pretty defensive stance a couple times here now against David Poole. And Jeremy Bryant's still right there.
I don't know if it's just me, Jake, but are these guys, are they being, super aggressive out here tonight?
Well, I'm not sure, because I think last season we saw, especially in the late races, some really pretty aggressive racing. And maybe that's just carried over, because, I mean, you remember the last race they were okay. They weren't too crashing. But it stayed exciting the whole time.
Thursday night has been known, you know, with these coupes, you know, a little bit of door slamming, you know, the cars can handle it.
Yep.
But man, I'm seeing a lot of side-by-side action that we don't normally see, and I'm seeing some damaged cars, quite a few of them out there.
Yeah. Well, you know, the change in tire model has made a big difference. They're now on GT3 tires instead of GT2 tires. They previously had 4 or 5 options for tire. Now they just have soft, mediums, and hards, and you can notice every single person on the grid is on the mediums. It's just going to be the best for this race. There's limited choices and limited outcomes, but the tires have less grip. They've added anti-lock brakes and traction control this season, and the levels are adjustable, so they can get more or less assistance from this system that'll help them take advantage of the maximum amount of grip from these tires. But the tires do have significantly less grip, and I think that's resulting in more play in the car and how it takes a corner, and more ability to go side by side with somebody at the pace you're expecting and get through okay, because you're used to the tires slipping a little more. So everybody's going a little slower as a result. So maybe we won't see any track records this season, but I was told to expect pretty spectacular racing, and I think it's coming through.
It is indeed. Right now I'm on board with John McIntyre, John and Iggy Chordia. They're just dicing and slicing their way through the first set of corners here, along with Dan Thorpe and Corvette right behind him. So here's another three-way battle going on.
They are going to try to pass. I thought they were both going to try to pass Johnny Mac at one, or Iggy, excuse me, at once, but they did not. Iggy's not leaving room there. Wow.
And his car's beat to pieces too, Iggy. So I mean, this isn't the first door slap he's had this race.
Yeah, we've seen varying degrees of respect in that second bend, that left right after the hard right. We've seen guys give. We saw Hafner earlier giving a whole car length and a half of space, doing a huge zigzag, and then we just saw Iggy go through it like nobody was there. So, and we've seen somebody cut it half off and somebody go over the curb. So it's really interesting. Because I'm not sure with that collision, Iggy wasn't able to get any time. He hasn't gained a gap. Actually, John McIntyre's passed him now. So I don't think that worked for him.
Well, and Johnny Mac's probably glad he did get by him, because I wouldn't want my car looking like that BMW looks right now. I don't need a straight piece of metal on that car. It still seems to be hauling the freight, though.
Yeah, you're right. It does look banged up on all corners, doesn't it?
Peter Zabo is now taking 12th spot away from Al Merriman, and Zach Hefner's gone through as well.
Not sure what happened to Parsons. Moses got past, and he's taking it to Purple Helmets Racing in the Ferraris. That's Sean Ricker and Jesse Olsen. So we will see.
Yeah, definitely some close action going on there. Your leader still, Matt Taylor.
Yep, and as usual, we don't talk about the leader that's doing well, because he's just driving, and he's doing great. He's actually broken 2 minutes even, 2 minutes .8. So, keeps getting faster, Matt Taylor. Check out his lap times. That's always fun. Oh, okay, I don't have all the lap times because I got disconnected, but we see him, we were seeing him turn 201, 201, 201, 201, I'm sure, up all 10 laps until, there you go, must have been lap 7 then. He's got lap 6, he's got a 2 minutes and 8 tenths. So, David Maros, comparatively, 2 minutes and 9 tenths. Wow. Well, pretty much 2 minutes 1 even almost. So he's right there. I mean,
pretty evenly matched there, but he's still 7 seconds back. So
yeah, 7 seconds is.
They're both picking up the pace.
You can't turn the same lap times and get 7 seconds back, though. Well, I guess with 57 laps to go, maybe you can. I guess we'll see.
David Pools worked his way up into 4th position, not too far back of Captain Kirk.
I wish we had seen that. I won't miss much else. They're spreading out a little bit, making my job easier.
Well, Chris Moses has got Sean Ricker and Jesse Olsen. Got them in his sights.
Yeah, I think he does too. Yeah. Although, you know, Rickards picked up the pace and beat Moses last lap, so Jesse Olsen might have to figure something out. His teammate probably wants by him because Rickards turned a faster lap so far. Chris Moses, I think, is flashing his lights to distract these guys.
Well, you know, with the way they're driving out there tonight, they can flash the lights all they want.
I don't think it's going to help.
No one's looking. No one's looking.
No.
A little farther back, Dan Thorpe is chasing down Iggy Jordia, and we know that Iggy's not gonna make it easy on anybody that wants by.
No, not today.
And I would think, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but I would think with the way Iggy's car is all busted up, that Corvette could run him down, but on this back straightaway, he can't.
So we got 2 cars in this pack, Jack. They're all in the GT3 tires, but we have 2 cars in this pack that are, and they're all stock Kunos cars, for that matter. But 2 of them are actually GT2 cars, and that's the Corvette and the Porsche, and I think they have more downforce. So we might not see the straight line speed out of those cars.
You're a wealth, an absolute deep well of information tonight, and that's good because maybe in a way I've sort of lost touch here.
Well, the scuttlebutt. I mean, the constant. We were constantly talking about everybody. Everybody in this game right now was really looking forward to the new car pack. So it was constantly talked about, and a big moment, I think, when it was launched and we decided to go with all stock cars and the GT3 tires. And so there were some really cool changes that I think people were really excited about, including myself. So yeah, it looks great so far. You know, Lamborghini's dominating at Sebring, but we still have to see how they do on other tracks and how they do with ballast. You know, could be a big difference.
Yeah, you know, especially when we know, you know, in the past, some of the top drivers, I know that, you know, they made a big deal about the ballast, but it didn't seem to affect them at all.
Right. Well, maybe you're right.
You know, week after week, they're carrying 100 kilos and they're still winning races, which shouldn't be.
No.
You know, it just in real world that, you know, it'd be like putting 100 kilos on a horse and taking it to the winner's circle. It just shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, it's you know, some of these guys who've been here a long time are just I'm always amazed at how consistent they can be, and that's definitely a big part of it, especially in these 2.5 hours. I think we might get to races like this one. Not 2.5, not
Jake,
quite.
What are we looking at? We're looking at like lap 23 for pit stops. Going to be a 2-pit stopper.
You got it. You got it. So yeah, 22 or 23, and I suspect you're right. They'll take their long. They'll take their long stint first, unless they've got damage, and a lot of these guys do. Switch onto another set of mediums and head out again. Can't put enough fuel in the car to stop it once, so everybody's stopping twice. know, Chris Moses has not been able to get much closer to purple helmets here. I mentioned that Sean Ricker had picked up the pace. Jesse Olsen just turned in a lap that's a second faster. Oh no, 6/10, excuse me, but he's turning in 2:01s, so he was faster than I thought. I think I clicked on somebody else. Got confused. Those guys really moving along.
Yeah, the top three cars, they're right there in lap times. 2 minutes 6.9, 2 minutes 9.7, 2 minutes 9.6, and then we just go over the 2:01 mark for P4 and David Poole. So Taylor, Merosh, and Captain Kirk, all similar lap times.
Yeah.
But they haven't had to pass Iggy yet, so I mean, this could all change.
Oh, goodness.
What? Okay, you got Cuppet. Cuppet is on the tail of Aaron Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons was up there with Moses. Not sure what happened. Look for damage on the car. He's got some front end damage.
And I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, although Dan Thorpe's trying to pass Iggy, but he's been trying to do that for about 5 laps now. I'm just calling them as I see them.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I didn't say anything. Cuppet trying to get by Parsons, He's on the inside. He's passed. He's not quite passed. Parsons on the inside. Okay, now I think he's got it. See if Ezra can bring it back.
Yeah, those Lambos just look quick.
Yeah, they are very quick at this track in particular.
And Parsons is going to become. What are they driving? They driving a Porsche Chihuahua? Yeah, Parsons in the Porsche has become a Porsche sandwich.
Yes, right. Yeah, because Cuppet and Szabo had those issues, sent them back, and now they're moving their way back up the field. And these guys are turning.
That right.
These guys are turning 2:00, you know, 5s, 2:08, 2:06 for Szabo. Same with Cuppet, I'm sure. Yep. So they're getting lap. All the Lambos are getting laps in the 2-minute mark now. Now they burned off some fuel. And Matt Taylor, or excuse me, Parsons, even with the draft, could not keep up through that fast part of the track.
No, the only thing that's keeping Parsons there is his driving ability. Whoa, Peter Szabo taking it. Whoa, have to check up there. I'd say he took a little too much curb, but I think he took a little too much grass on that corner.
Parsons looking quicker than Cuppet in the curvy section. But Szabo's got him in his sights, and the way the Lamborghinis are looking, I'm not sure he's got a choice. Yeah, Parsons' fastest lap, a 2:01.4, and Szabo's over a second faster as of last lap.
And there's quite a Ferrari duel going on. Jeremy Bryant, Jesse Olsen, and Sean Ricker. You know, for 5, 6, and 7. 3 Ferraris in a row.
Yeah, those guys, Brian especially, putting in lots and lots of practice, and I think he really likes that thing. He's doing really well. You know, he had a decent starting position, but then he jumped up to 5th. I didn't even see it. I'll have to watch the replay. Jumped up to 5th in like the first half of the first lap.
Yeah, that Lambo of Zabo's just hit 168 on the back straightaway.
Very, very fast. And, you know, that time, Parsons is a lot closer to Cuppet ahead. But Zabo is also closer to Parsons. Let's see who's winning. The Ferrari duel stands as it is. Jesse and Ricker, Jesse Olsen and Sean Ricker in position behind Jeremy Bryant, where they've been since the first lap. For the most part, got a couple guys filtering through.
Zabo on the inside takes Parsons. Oh, they connect.
Oh,
get turned around. I think that was just a little Australian hello.
Well, you know,
the restaurant's closed. Come back another day.
Well, Ezra just got a new job at PMR, so I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there's some high expectations for him. So. Sabo, though, still right on his tail. Oh, Sabo inventing a line there. And now he's right on his tail for what I think is the Porsche's biggest problem area, but he's awfully close. Nope, works for him in the draft. Ahead, but how long? A lot of different lines you can take through this last corner. See lots of guys swing out. Hefner also had a poor start, or excuse me, not a poor start, but he had a bad starting position. He was all the way at the back, and he's moving all the way up to 13th.
Yep. Now that they've switched positions, Peter is coming under some intense pressure from Aaron Parsons.
Yeah, he really is, and he makes a mistake there. Brian Olsen, Ricker Moses still in the same position. Matt Taylor still in first. Still got 7-second gap. That gap oscillates up and down a little bit, but it's mostly stable because most Lamborghinis turning a very similar pace right now. Let's see if Taylor's broken 2 minutes. You know, he hasn't. So, yeah, Taylor in front. That's David Maros in second place. It's a good spot. He just needs to keep it clean as he makes his way through some lap traffic here. Kevin Kirkbride's in third spot, so good run by him so far, just keeping his nose clean in quite a bit of ruckus. So his car even looks undamaged, so that's pretty impressive if you ask me. David Poole, we talked about him doing well in the Corvette in P4. Then we got that Ferrari train you were talking about, Jeremy Bryant, Jesse Olsen, and Sean Ricker. Chris Moses has fallen a little bit behind those guys, but he's our first Porsche, and then behind him is Brad Marys in our first McLaren, the Snowden Studios car. P10, Cuppet.
All right, enough about racing for a second. I just want to shout out to the guys watching NAGP TV. Good to see you out there, Gupper and Trevor. It's good to be back and connect with all you guys. Thanks for joining in on what is arguably the finest TV available on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Everybody's in agreement here.
Well, it's probably the most popular TV for at least 30 guys Friday morning.
Yeah, you got that right. You got that right, Jack. Or late Thursday night. Although it's with a 2-hour race, they should be going to bed. Go to bed.
Yeah, you're right. I was probably spoiled, you know, having my own office, putting my feet up the day after the race and watching TV. Watching yourself on the broadcast was always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, with your own office, that helps a lot. I'll watch little pieces at my desk. I can't sit there and watch the whole thing, but I'll watch little segments if I want to remember something.
Now, enlighten me here. Al Merriman's dropped down to 25th position. Did he do a pit stop?
Did he? His lap times say not since I got here. Again. He's a whole lap down. I don't know.
I don't know what happened to Big Al.
He's 1:30 on his current lap, which I think is normal at this stage. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have... Oh, he's got a 250 in there. I don't think that's a pit stop. It's not long enough, actually. Oh, that's David Zahn. Excuse me. I'm not looking at the right guy. Yeah, but I still don't have anything for Al. No data. It's 203s, 204s. Just, he doesn't seem slow enough to be that far behind. 40 seconds, maybe, not a lap. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that's about. Mark DeGraw now. Let's see, who was it? It was Dan Thorpe that was trying to get by Iggy. He's by Iggy. He's in... no, he's not. Excuse me. Mark DeGraw's trying to get by Iggy's teammate.
He's still trying to do that. He's still attempting that move there. He's fallen a little behind. He's probably worn out at this point.
Well, we got similar cars around there because McIntyre's teammate DeGraw is DeGraw subbing for Salem?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Salem's not here tonight. Well, obviously he's not here. He's not up on the scoreboard, so he's not here.
Yeah, McGraw. Yeah, he is. Sorry, this is Salem's car right here.
Kevin Kirkbride, but David Poole has closed that gap up and is now on the back of that Glicken house, the house of Glicken.
Oh, wow. See how much faster David was into that corner? He just gained like 3 car lengths.
Absolutely. He's obviously got that car set up.
Yeah, it's a very different line through that corner than Kevin was taking.
Farther back, we got Mark DeGraw making a move on Omar Gomez, but Omar says no, thank you.
Now, that right there is what Iggy's car should look like, I believe. Yeah, Omar's as clean as a whistle.
It used to look like that.
Yeah. Omar may have pitted, I don't know, before he's pretty far back, so he could have. And Al must have pitted early. I feel, because I don't remember looking at him after my disconnect. So maybe he was already back there, I'm not sure.
Boy, you know, I've watched Peter Zavo, you know, going around the track. He must have his ride height set way high because it's almost like the curbs don't exist out there for that Lambo. And I might be crazy, but every Lambo I've seen can barely take a bump in the road, let alone a curb.
Well, is this the same Lambo we talked about how difficult it was to drive last season? Brad was driving it? I think it is. It's on different tires. And maybe some of the tweaks are a little different, but I think it's the same car. So maybe they really have figured something out. Because you're right, that wasn't what I remembered about the Lambo.
Good battle brewing. Brad Maris, Chris Moses, and David Zahn.
Yeah.
And man, that David Zahn's doing a great job.
Here's
now
Zabo.
he's getting lapped.
Zabo and Cup it. That's Lamborghini on Lamborghini.
Boy, there's a little action. They're starting to tighten up in some spots here.
Yeah, they are. In the back, DeGraw still trying to get around Omar. I really like the new BMW, just the look of it. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it's a good-looking car this year.
And Omar and Iggy with the Argentinian flag? I guess it's Argentinian flag. Yeah, I think that's correct. Paint job, that's pretty neat. I like that one. They've got good differences. You can tell Omar's the yellow and Iggy's got I think he's primarily blue. Yeah, he's blue. Of course, right now you can tell Iggy's car because of how destroyed it is, but... Okay.
Brad Maris and Moses.
That's what I'm watching. You see Moses not be able to catch up with the Ferraris. And now he's here.
Boy, Brad, it looked like you got a good run off that corner.
Yep. I think you're right.
Two old-time MAGP veterans. Yeah, I got a comment there from Little Ski 3. You're right. I think when these guys swing wide, who's Little Ski 3? Who's Liskey?
That's Kevin Lekmansky. He's our track guy.
All right. Well, Kevin, hey, if you guys use your real names, I know who the hell you were. Hey, you're right. Driving through pit lane to get an advantage off that corner is gay.
Well, yes, but it's the fastest way around, so they're all going to do it, Jack. It's the same for everybody.
Well, hey, yeah, but you know what? Make them out of steel. Make them out of steel. The guys will only hit them once, and that'll be the end of it. And then everybody will have the same line going through the corner.
Fair enough. Steel poles next time, like Mansky. We don't want a wall. We want a hard impact. So we want wheels coming off.
Nah, I don't want a wall. I want a post.
Want a post,
so
yeah.
Dents the front of the car there. Okay, a little farther back, we got Warner and Bjorn Heyman having a bit of a look out there.
That's busy.
And there's four of them there going at her. Mark DeGraw and Omar Gomez as well.
Yep, those guys. As DeGraw swings out, he cannot figure out how to get by here. So as they become a row of four, I wonder if Heyman will be able to make it, or excuse me, maybe Werner. Depends on who's ahead when they get there. Somebody's going to try to get by DeGraw. And look at that. Curtis Chandler is also getting right up close to that pack. guys right now are not racing for points, but with more than 2/3 of the race to go, they could be.
A little farther up, Chris Moses and Brad Maris. Chris bobbled the car, and Brad looks like he's taking advantage. Brad's going to go through.
Did Chris hit anything?
And look who's right behind him.
That's Szabo.
From 29th position, he is up to 10th. Attaboy, Peter.
And he's leapfrogged Cuppet.
Wow, and he's hauling the freight there.
Yeah,
he's closed that gap up on the Moses.
Szabo's the fastest car on track right now, yeah. Yeah. And he's got damage. I mean, you remember he spun and had front end impact, so.
Yeah, so his two rear wing setting is now 0 with his damage.
Maybe so. Maybe it's helping him out. As he goes by Chris Moses. He's on the inside there. I think he's safe, yeah. Oh, and I said, everybody pitting.
Dive into the pits.
Yes.
Maris, Szabo, Moses.
Wow, it'd be interesting to see who comes out ahead there. Oh, and their pit lanes are right. Look at that. Wow. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Somebody else stopped there.
Moses missed his box. Yeah, Moses slid through his box and had to back up.
Yeah, that's Brad that's right ahead of Moses. And pit time. Almost didn't get
now in the back straightaway, we got Hefner, DeGrasse, Gomez.
Oh, look at that! Szabo's out ahead of Brad, but Brad's out ahead of Moses. I don't remember what order they came in, but I don't think that was it. Yeah, because Szabo was battling Moses and Brad was ahead. Yeah. Uh-oh. What happened to David Maros?
Gone.
That's not good. He was doing great.
Nope.
Wow.
He was just here, and now he's gone.
Oh, no. Jeez. Tough break for the ETA cars.
Matt Taylor's in.
Yep.
Kirkbride in. Poole in. Olsen in.
Yeah, those guys giving it extra all the way to the end of lap 23 there, yep.
Rickard. Parsons. Cuppet.
Busy pit lane. We'll know in just a little bit who's on first.
Taylor's rolling.
Right now it's Hefner, but Hefner hasn't pitted. Taylor gets out ahead. Cuppet, Kirkbride, Olsen, Ricker. Who's the last lap pitter to come around? Looks like it's Jeremy Bryant.
There goes Kirkbride. There goes Poole. Cuppet's just sitting there. He's finally rolling. Did he have damage?
I'm not sure. Yeah, absolutely. He started at the front. Cuppet and Szabo both started at the front and then had problems. Actually, they were the front row. Szabo was first. Cuppet was second. Matt Taylor was third. Is that right? I'm not sure if Matt Taylor was ahead of Cuppet or not. For some reason, I think Cuppet was ahead.
Well, Hefner's going to have to come in sooner or later.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Most certainly is. That Morrison Lee Glickenhaus. all these real world paint jobs, Dan and Abe Wozniak did those. Dan Thorpe and Abe Wozniak. So great job by those guys. They look fantastic.
Car pack looks great this year. Kudos to all you techie guys who spend all your lives in front of these screens. Good job on all the guys here, though. They've done a great job of putting this together. All I've done is gone fishing this summer and come back to sit down here on Thursday night.
Yeah, we could use another driver Monday, so we'll see if you decide to get involved in that.
So Hef is it?
Yeah,
Hef
is
in the pits.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Where's he going to end up? He's going to end up in a mess of cars. Oh man. Whoa. That's a lot of pit lane.
Yeah, see?
That's a lot of pit lane.
That's just all sorts of wrong.
That could have caused an accident if maybe he knew he wasn't there.
I think that's why they've got the, that's why they've got the pylons there. I mean, come on, guys.
Was that Ezza? That was Ezza.
Yeah. All those guys.
Oh, like I said, it's the fastest way around, so they're all doing it.
Well, hey, if it's black and it's asphalt, they're going to drive on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, shout out of the night's got to go to Zabo, who's now sitting in P7. Halfway through lap 1, he was P29.
Yeah, he's flying, and he just jumped 2 guys in the pits. Like it was impressive. Great job there by Peter Zabo, and now he's taking it to purple helmet.
I'm not sure, but I think he might have fast lap of the night.
He does, yeah, absolutely. 2 minutes 0.65. So he nearly broke the 2-minute mark. And last lap, let me double check on that. Yeah, last lap full of fuel. He's still not turning. He's not back to 2:01. He's turning 2 minutes. So he is moving.
Yeah, he's all over the back of Sean Ricker, and Sean's got nothing but a rearview mirror full of Lambo.
Speaking of jumped in the pits, Jesse Olsen has gotten ahead of Jeremy Bryan. Not sure if that was the pit stop. What's up? Oh. Can you move David M up here? David Maros?
So Zabo just got by Sean Ricker. 167 on the end of that straightaway there for the Lambo. So a great 3-way battle there with Peter Zabo, Sean Ricker, and Brad Maris going on for 6, 7, 8. And another big surprise, shouldn't be a surprise to me at all, but David Poole sitting in P3 right now.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't think we're going to talk about the reason David Maros isn't here. I don't know what that's about. But good luck, David. That sounds unfortunate. Or maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was an accident. Yeah. Tripped over the cable or something. Okay, so after the pit stops...
Well, hey, David, she could have kicked you somewhere else.
Yep, that's true. That's... Matt Taylor making his way around lap traffic.
Get your brain out of the gutter. I was thinking she could have kicked him out of the house.
That's not what you said, Jack. That is not what you said. So
exactly what I meant. That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. Because getting kicked out of the house is the same as getting kicked somewhere. That's for sure.
I don't know. Getting kicked out of the house might not be all that bad.
All right. So Jack wants another
just
fish
go to the
trip.
cottage. I mean,
Yeah.
how bad could it be?
Let's see. We got any battles here? They're mostly stable. Kirkbride ahead of David Poole. Oh yeah, that's because Kirkbride's P2 after Maros is out. So Jesse Olson 4th, Jeremy Bryant 5th. So Jesse Olson finally getting ahead there. Purple helmets in P4. Peter Szabo's gotten by Sean Ricker, and so that puts Sean Ricker all the way back in 7th, falling behind his teammate here. Not sure if he had a long stop or what. We'll take a look at that, I guess. 237 versus 240. No, he didn't have a long stop. Just having a little more trouble full of fuel. Oh, David getting close to Kevin.
Yeah, so, you know, Brad Maris chasing down Sean Ricker. You know, Peter Szabo, you know, he opened up quite a gap on Ricker after he got by him. And Brad Maris is trying to close that up right now. Another battle going on is Chris Moses chasing down Zach Hefner in the House of Glicken.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, I just took a look at Iggy Chordia's car, and the magic of his pit crew, the car looks pristine.
Yeah, there you go. Fantastic bodywork crew down there in the BMW pit lane. Really fast. Just amazingly fast.
But it looks like Dan Thorpe did finally jump him, probably in the pits, maybe not. I didn't catch it. But Dan Thorpe has finally gotten by him. It took Dan like 22 laps to get by him, but he did finally get around him. So, pit rotations are all done. A couple of odd little battles going on there. Why don't you run them down, Jake?
Okie dokie. Yeah, so Matt Taylor's still in first, and now he's got a 16-second gap. So with the fall of David Maros, that 7-second gap has become a lot more comfortable. Kevin Kirkbride working his way through lap traffic in second place, and he is dealing with a challenge from David Poole in third. We'll try to keep our eye on that. In fourth is Jesse Olson. He's making his way past. That must be Iggy. Jeremy Bryant. That's not Iggy. Iggy's on the lead lap. Sorry. That's Omar Gomez. Jeremy Bryant is in 5th place. So I think he's been in 5th place, but he's had a couple different cars in front of him since 5th place. Peter Szabo, working his way forward, is now in 6th. And he's still turning the fastest. Take that back. He's a little slower on full fuel, but he's still got the fastest lap of the race so far. Sean Ricker's in 7th. Brad Mary's in 8th. And Jonathan Cuppett's in 9th. So those guys are battling too. So not sure how long that'll stay. Ez is in 10th. Aaron Parsons. I don't know if Cuppett, I guess, was on his way past before the pit stop, but now they look just about evenly matched. Actually, Parsons is a little quicker, so. Zach Hefner's worked his way up to 11th. He took that late pit stop, and so we weren't quite sure where he ended up, and he did gain a few spots while he was all alone out there, I think. Chris Moses was close to Hefner a minute ago, but now he's got some distance. We talked about how this seems to be a slower part of the track further towards Al Merriman is in 13th place, so he has been working his way forward. Did he pit? Yes, he pitted normally on lap 21, so I'm guessing he didn't pit earlier and must have just had a problem early in the race. John McIntyre's in 14th place, Dan Thorpe's in 15th, and then Iggy Chordia rounds out the points in 16th place. Parsons is hunting down.
Sam Rolfe in 17. Ab Wozniak 18. Andrew Werner in 19th. Mark DeGraw in 20th. Bjorn Heyman in 21. Curtis Chandler in 22. Omar Gomez in 23. David Zahn in 24. And Terry Murphy in 25th.
Yeah, those last 4 guys heavily involved in the leader's traffic here. For sure. 'Cause they're just now getting a lap down from P20 back. Oh, Parsons so close to cup it right now.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And you know, there's not much separating, you know, Parsons, Cuppet, Maris, and Ricker.
Mansky says the worst cutter he's seen is Pool. Are you sure, buddy? Just watched Parsons line through there. Anyway, Ricker has fallen behind Cuppet now.
I agree with all you guys in the chat room, 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, do you see that solid white line out there, boys, on the track? That's the line. That's the line. And you see we get a little yellow in the corners there with the blue and white curves? That means it's okay. Caution if you're going to use these curves. But that solid white should be solid. Stay off this line. But it's just one man's opinion, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Well, maybe we'll have an all-new Sebring next season. Actually, we might. Kevin, you working on that one or not? Sebring? Is there a new Sebring? He'll tell us. I don't know. He's got like 18 different projects, though, so I'm not sure if there's even a timetable and that kind of thing. So... Parsons on Ricker, and Ricker's falling back. I don't think Ricker. It seems like this Lamborghini is not liking full fuel because they're really struggling on pace right now. And in fact, Jeremy. Oh!
Parsons just got into.
It looked like Ricker and I thought that was Ricker and gosh, who is that in the other one?
Yeah, it was a lapped car. Ricker checked up, and I don't think Parsons had nowhere to go. Tapped him and pushed Sean wide. So a little bad there, but I mean, I think it's totally unavoidable there, especially on that corner. You know, they're pretty much at the extent of their grip right there on that corner at speed. So not much Aaron could do to miss him.
David Zahn's in the pits.
Just a light tap, but that was enough.
David Zahn missed his pit stall. David Zahn cannot pit. Okay. Interesting. Not sure what's going on with David. Sergio Calderon is out.
Brad Maris hunting down Jeremy Bryant.
Yep. Talked about those Lambos looking slower. Oh, and in fact, Parsons is past. Oh no, Ricker, right. Ricker had that mistake. Absolutely. This is one of the sponsored cars.
Brad Maris in the draft.
Yep, sure is.
They got him on the inside. And smelling blood is Jonathan Cuppett in behind him.
Yeah. You know, also not affected by the change in pace that we're seeing from Brian. I wonder if Brian's damaged. He does have some side damage. I don't know. Usually that doesn't affect him tremendously, but I don't think he has any front damage.
Atta boy. I really like our track designers. He says he's going to redo the track and make the white line like glass. Slippery. So, Cuppett, Bryant, Maris.
Yeah, we're still watching that battle.
At it here.
We're approaching the halfway point of the race.
Up there. Yeah, you keep your eyes up there, but there's a battle that's been going on all night long, and it looks like it's going to develop again, and I'll let you know when it does. And that's Jordy and Dan Thorpe. So I'll let you know when they get close enough to swap some paint.
That is a show, that's for sure.
You know, we haven't said much about them, but, you know, Matt Taylor, Kevin Kirkbride, and David Poole, you know, 1, 2, 3, they're doing a great job up there. They're running some good, clean laps, hitting some decent times, and, boy, that's how all these guys should be driving.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking forward to seeing Kevin this season. I think Hefner's been a little disappointing so far, but probably he'll improve. We saw him do great last season, get several wins.
Hey, top 10? What do you mean disappointing top 10? You and I could only wish.
Well,
you know,
Hefner was...
with all these guys, I mean, these are some...
Hefner was supposed to deliver, Jack. Hefner didn't finish the... actually, he screwed up in the qualifying race, and so he started last. So he's doing well this race, don't get me wrong. But he's not, you know, he started just, I mean, Szabo was behind him, and Szabo's in 5th. So, Szabo did his first stint after that spin, and he was at the back of the pack. So, well, maybe that has more to do with the car than the other. But anyway, I was looking forward to Kevin Kirkbride and Hefner's season because I think that's a really dynamite team. I don't think they got their first choice on car, and the Glickenhaus is a very different car than most of them. It's got great acceleration, but it doesn't stop very good. That's what is my understanding. So looks like a spaceship.
Well, that's perfect for these aliens. They don't want to stop anyway. All they want to do is go.
Yeah, you got that right. They're left foot braking everywhere with a half throttle, you know. But oh yeah, and I think it was Abe did this one. He really did up the drivers. Kevin Kirkbride's got his name on his helmet, and he's got Morrison Lee logos on his fire suit. It's really fantastic. So those guys doing great, as you said, Jack.
Well, did I tell you I got my name on my tackle box?
Hey, there you go.
All right. So, Parsons, Bryant, Cuppett, they're still chewing at each other. Sean Ricker is trying to chase down Chris Moses. And, of course, Iggy Jordy is trying to chase down Dan Thorpe. And Dan is doing everything he possibly can to not get white paint all over that yellow Corvette of his.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both looking quite clinging after the pit stop.
And And I just want a little disclaimer out here. You know, everything I say is personal, my own personal views. It doesn't reflect on the league or on my co-host Jake. Don't want anybody to be offended. All in good fun.
Oh, well, okay. In that case, everything I say reflects directly on Al. Send your complaints to Al. Send your comments to Al. It's Al's fault when I do poorly, but when I do well, it's all me. And Jack. It's probably more Jack. So just to let you know. That's...
No, you know, you're in control here. I'm just along for the ride.
That's true.
Where are you on track? Where are you on track,
I just hopped on to Parsons, who's approaching Jeremy Bryant very quickly. I don't know what's going on with Bryant, but it looked like the closing speed through that last corner was immense. We talked about the Porsche not got the straight line speed here. He's up to... Oh, I don't have speed on the wheel. Well, that doesn't help me.
161.
Yeah, so not as quick as some of the other cars. Well, certainly not as quick as the 168 we saw, but...
Yeah, I've only seen that speed a couple of times, but it was enough to... boy, look how wide Parsons goes. He almost leaves the fairground.
He's gonna run... I mean, he's gonna run the fastest lap every lap, that's for sure. You know, that's... And he's got to, frankly. That Porsche, you know, Moses and Parsons both, maybe it's just not their track for this car in particular, but they were about midfield during the qualifying race, and here they are again. They can move past these Ferraris, but these Ferraris are lacking pace. He just let him by. I don't know what's going on with Bryant.
Absolutely, he just like threw the anchor out and moved over and said, "Go on by." But you know what? Maybe, you know, there's still 30 laps to go in this thing.
Yeah.
And maybe Jeremy just said, you know, here, I'll follow you for a while. I mean, you know, you've been pushing me around the track. Let me follow you for a little bit.
Yeah. They were really fast on low fuel, so we'll see if these Ferraris suddenly gain some pace here at the end. Jesse Olsen, though, like I said, he's not slow. Don't know what's happened to Ricker. Ricker hasn't sped up any either. Of course, he had a collision, so he may have damage.
Okay, a little farther back. It looks like the...
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
You know, it's the fight Thursday night fight night out here. It looks like it's actually going to happen. They're coming up on some lap traffic, so anything can happen. Good on Terry. Thank you, Mr. Murphy.
Terry, a really courteous driver, in my experience.
A man after my own heart. Well, I had to be courteous. I can't be fast. You got to be something.
Yeah. No, you don't like the fast guys, do you?
No, I like them. I like them. I just can't keep up to them. That's all.
Oh, there you go.
And generally, the fast drivers, you know, they're good enough that they can get around you.
Oh, yeah. Mark DeGraw out, so Salem's car not going to finish this race.
That's a shame. So we've a few cars out tonight, a few guys out.
Yep, we had a couple substitutions.
Five drivers. It's not bad, though. You know, I mean, you get close to 30 drivers out, you lose 5. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a tremendously long race, so yeah, absolutely. David Zahn's not out. He took a pit stop. Looks like that would have been early in the race, and then he took one on lap 26. So yeah, I don't think he's done stopping, but he's pretty far back there. Oh, look at that!
And Olsen.
Yeah. I was wondering when Olsen was going to get have to fight somebody, and there it is.
Whoa! Looking for the old over or under.
Yep. Oh, he might get it. Wow. Nope. A little bit of draft on the inside. Nope, he falls back in line. They both go way out, way back in.
And I don't know if you're on these cars, but Zabo taking all sorts of curb and dust.
Yeah, I am. And you know, I think in the qualifying race, I haven't seen anybody try this, but in the qualifying race, we saw people take a closer to the inside line on that first turn. And then they were at the apex before the other car. They were going slower, but they were at the apex first, so they kind of made the other car slow down. I'm surprised we haven't seen anybody try that line. And everybody's just kind of falling in line and swinging out wide. Because there's not much of a straight there. You've got another turn coming up, you know. Anyway. Maybe we'll see it before the end of the race. You know, there's sort of a resting period where all these guys are just doing their laps. And there's not many battles at once, but we've seen late in these endurance races with all these competitive guys in here. There's several in the lineup throughout the top 10 and even further back that can pick up the pace at will and really make this interesting. So Peter Zabo, though, he's not taking a break. He's just turned a 2-minute 0.46. And 2 laps ago, he turned 1:59.7. So Zabo breaks 2 minutes, and I think he's the first. Yes, he is. Matt Taylor has not done it. Here's Kirkbride.
That's a smoking lap.
That's just, he's so quick. Both of these Turbo Nerds ETA guys looking so quick here today. They look good in practice before the race. So it's a shame that David got disconnected. That is always disappointing. Oh, look at that.
Zabo.
That was more than a little curb.
4 wheels off.
Yeah, that was quite a outing there. I can't believe, he's 20 seconds behind the leader. All right, so Taylor's lapping. I mean, just about as fast as Zabo is. His fastest lap's only half a second back. So he can't make 20 seconds. But he can just about, well, he can get P2. If he keeps up this pace, he will have P2 in the bag. There's another stop for fuel.
They do have to deal with lap traffic, though, and
that's a big component. Yep.
That does cost time. I don't care who it is. I mean, unless the guys actually drive off the track and let you by, which they shouldn't have to.
No. That's what I was doing Monday. I was having a rough race.
Hefner in the whale, chasing down Jeremy Bryant.
Look at him going back and forth there.
Good racing. These guys will be tired at the end of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Got a couple of Corvettes making a race out of it farther back. Got Sean Ricker chasing down Chris Moses.
Okay, so we're seeing. No, not yet. Looking for Ricker's pace to come back. He does have front damage. That can be a big factor, especially in these mid-engine cars.
Yeah, and I'll keep an eye and see what his top end speed is down the straightaway.
Yeah. Said Matt's irritated about Monday and taking revenge on Sebring, says Gup Douglas. But, you know, Matt's not increasing that gap to Kirkbride. He's been 16 seconds out for a long time. So that's really interesting. I wonder what that's about, really. Kirkbride turning faster times recently. Lap 40, our next pit stop.
All over the back of David Poole.
We're due for our next pit stop in about 5 laps, Jack. And not many guys with damage this time. They really should be about the same. Alba working his way forward.
Got to be the drive of the night for me. I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, that's
incredible.
Right.
Again on that combination of corners. I mean, it's almost like he said, the heck with the curbs. I'll just launch myself over there.
Yeah, just cut.
The car's got to be very stable for him to do that.
Right.
And a little farther back, Ricker is still chasing down Chris Moses. But that battle for final podium spot.
Yeah, that's where we're sticking for now. Because I think Peter's got it in him. He's turning a second a lap faster as of last lap. And of course, all these guys having to contend with varying degrees of lap traffic. You see Jesse Olsen behind. Going by, whose car is that? Not sure who's in the other Glickenhaus. Oh, a love tap there from Peter Szabo as he gets by Terry.
Yeah, a sort of got a bad spot for Peter and for Jerry Murphy.
Peter makes a mistake there.
Not much you could do there.
Yeah. Peter made a mistake there.
You know, his rhythm got thrown off there with that lap traffic, so understandable.
Yeah.
Nothing he can't recover from.
No, certainly not.
Just a little bit farther back, Jonathan Guppet and Brad Maris got another Lambo chasing down the McLaren.
Yep. Guppet, great pace
Brad
today.
keeping a nice line through there, though.
Yep.
Again, like you were mentioning earlier, I was almost expecting Jonathan there to head for that apex early.
Right. No, I guess they've decided in practice.
Swung wide.
Yeah, I guess they've decided in practice that's not the quickest way. So they're not doing it.
Well, it might not be the quickest way, but as you mentioned, you know, it would definitely give the other driver second thoughts when you're up beside him now.
Right, you're going to get in the way for sure. And they're not going to be able to take that corner as fast as they would otherwise. But I'm not sure. Maybe the wide line does not cut as close to the apex as I think it does. Could make a difference. We'll see.
So everybody's sort of holding their position right now. Although David Poole's got to be thinking that, you know, the speed of that Peter Szabo has got to, you know, now I'm not sure how fuel consumption is if the Corvette's, you know, maybe not quite as thirsty as that Lambo. and maybe hoping that he can get a bit better of a gap during the pit time. But I sure wouldn't want to have Szabo up behind me for the rest of this endurance race.
Right. He is a man on a mission for sure. But David just turned his fastest lap, so he's definitely responded. Is it quick enough? Well, not really, because Szabo was 7/10 quicker last lap. So, you know, we'll see what happens when he gets back up there in about 2 laps at this rate. David's moving too. Both those guys get closer to the pace of Matt Taylor. Coming up on
kudos to Taylor though.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's got a 15-second lead. You know, there's only 23 laps to go. He's not going to drop, almost a second a lap in pace for the rest of the race. So he's almost in cruise control at this point.
Szabo has closed the gap a little bit. He's down to 1.2 seconds, 1.3. Lap time looks like it may be a fast lap here for Peter Szabo. He's got not much fuel in the tank.
It might be, but get on back to P15, P16.
Watch it now. Here we go. Don't hit each other. Hey. Oh, little bump.
Just a little bit, not enough to cause any damage, I don't think.
No damage there that time. Much cleaner. We can see Iggy's car, which I like Iggy's car. So Iggy, don't quit screwing up your car, Iggy. I don't know if you watch the broadcast. His English is. I don't know. Maybe he does.
Well, somebody should tell him to watch because he's had plenty of action tonight.
He has had a lot of broadcast time this evening. Further back, Andrew Werner.
Back up farther, P7.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's Brad. Mary's getting pushed off track by Parsons. Parsons continues.
Well, actually, he tried to take the outside edge on Parsons there, so
yeah, well,
he was behind Parsons and just ran out of track.
Yeah.
But this is a battle going on here.
Well, Parsons now has to make a move on Cuppet to get away from Brad. And you can bet he will.
Brad taking a complete new line through that complex set of corners there.
Yeah. The McLaren's a very unique car, and Al's having some trouble with it, I think. Brad's a little more, favors it a little more, but really very modern car, modern race car in terms of how it's driven, I think. So.
We had cars in the pits there. I didn't even see any pit lights going on, though.
Yeah, Ludden saw an issue with it on Monday. There may be something he's yet to fix, but we'll see next time. Yeah, there are a few cars that just pitted, but we couldn't really tell which ones were. Taylor and Kirkbride didn't pit, so the leaders have not pitted. David Poole hasn't pitted. Peter Szabo's getting mighty close to him again. It took him a little longer. because he was not turning his fastest lap time, but he was the second faster last lap.
So Szabo looks like he is going to try to put the moves on David Poole.
Yep. Keeping an eye on the times between Cuppett and Parsons. There's a 1 second gap there. And then a little further back, Ricker and Moses are pretty close too.
Poole pushing wide, Szabo right up on his tailpipe.
Best chance he's going to get.
Szabo had to check up a little bit there.
Yeah, but that puts him in a really good spot for the straight. He's got draft, he's got room, he's got draft, he's got room, and David breaks right.
Whoa.
Haven't seen a lot of racing by these guys because remember Peter Szabo and David's real breakout season was last season, and David Poole wasn't here for that. So, good pass there by Peter. Looks like it's going to stick. Although we'll see. Is David going to try something? Nope. Outside.
Absolutely. I mean, Szabo's just had the pace all night.
Yeah, he's really flying. But I think there's only, he's got, let's see, 22 laps to go. Yeah, there's only one car left to get because you know who else is flying is Taylor. And Kirkbride actually been...
David's keeping him honest. He's right on Szabo's bumper.
Yeah, he is. Kirkbride just a little bit ahead.
We got pit stops going on now.
Okay.
Jeremy Bryant's in. Brad Maris is in. Al stays out.
I think at the end of lap 45 is when I'm expecting Matt Taylor to pit, so that would be coming up.
Sean Ricker goes by Chris Moses. Chris might, I got a feeling maybe Chris is having a bit of a fuel issue here.
Taylor coming around into lap 45. Last corner.
Up in the chat room, says Pete's mom might be watching, so the race of the night.
Yeah, there you go.
Good to have you on board with us tonight. McIntyre in the pits. Kirkbride jumps in the pits. Szabo in the pits. Poole in the pits. Olsen stays out.
Wow.
Cuppett in. Parsons in. Hefner stays out.
Well, remember Hefner went late last time, so he's got some extra.
Yep.
He's got some extra time, really, over these guys.
Sean Ricker stays out. Moses in.
Yep.
Al Merriman in.
Al's moving up the field. He's up to 11th.
Teammate Brad Maris stays out.
Leapfrogs. See,
Jeremy Bryant stays out.
Al winning so much earlier, he probably will come out. Oh, wait a minute. How the heck did Brad get this far back? Oh, he's already pitted. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he jumped in the pits. A
yeah,
couple of guys stayed out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kirkbride, the first guy who's pitted. Peter Szabo is right on his tail now. Well, not right on his tail, but he's approaching.
Well, they came out just as they went in. Zabo's out in front of David Poole.
Yep. Zabo using more than the curb there.
Taylor in the pits.
All right. You know, Olsen's in, Hefner's in. Rickert has not pitted. He's going in. Just like that. And Kirkbride is coming around. Matt Taylor has been released and is in turn 1. He has the whole straight ahead of Kirkbride. Actually, the whole straight and a little more.
So the lead has dropped.
It has.
To 13 seconds.
Sabo's gap is now 1 second.
Kirkbride, I don't think has pitted, has he? Yes, he has.
Yeah, he has. He pitted before Matt Taylor. So he's already completed his outlap, but Matt Taylor's on his outlap.
47 laps in the books, and you've got the top 4 drivers within 15 seconds of each other.
You bet.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, they are keeping it interesting for us for sure as Sabo gets even closer to Kevin Kirkbride. What's going on, Kevin?
What's going on with Kevin? What's going on with Peter Zabo? Peter is on a mission tonight from 29 to P3. Unbelievable drive.
Kevin, it's North American Grand Prix. We got to beat these European guys. Got high expectations. But I mean, Peter Zabo and David both of them looking so strong this race. Peter Zabo especially, but it would have been really cool to see where David ended up because those guys. I assume at Peter Zabo, David would be far enough like Matt Taylor that Peter Zabo would get to him, but you can't say that for sure. Because we've seen races where Peter Zabo had better plays. Yeah, just like that. I mean, he made it look easy.
Yeah, unfortunate for his first lap incident, but Peter's, I think, just going to run out of time.
Well, yeah, you're probably right about that. Let's see what he's got. Taylor's next lap. Peter Zabo, 2008 on full tanks. Matt Taylor.
A little farther back, we've got Zach Hefner, Aaron Parsons, and Brad Maris in a dogfight. Lots of chatter up there tonight on the chat line of NEGP TV. Thanks for joining us, boys. It's always interesting to read your comments and see what's going on out there. Anybody you want us to focus on, you can post it up. Not that we're going to pay attention, but you can post it up anyway.
So Sabo needs 2/3 of a second a lap to definitely get past Taylor. He was 7/10 faster than Taylor last lap. If he can keep that up, he can get to Taylor. We'll see if that happens.
Sean Ricker pulled wide to let Peter Szabo by and had a bit of an incident there.
Uh-oh. That's not Ricker. That's his teammate.
No, that was Ricker.
Oh, was it? Why was he letting Peter Szabo by? That doesn't make sense. He's not on the same part of the track as Peter Szabo.
No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
Oh, David Maros. Nope. No, not in the race. What am I talking about? Moses? This is 10 seconds ahead of him.
Ferrari. Red Ferrari.
Red Ferrari. That's Bryant. Oh, oh, oh. Szabo spun. Szabo's motionless on track. Szabo's out.
In the pits. He's pulled the plug.
What happened?
You've got to be kidding me.
What happened? Can you pull him in?
I'm going to go grab him.
Sam Rolfe out.
Mr. Szabo, you there? We're in broadcast.
Oh, yeah, perfect time to talk, yeah.
What happened there?
Man, what happened?
We didn't catch it.
I was onto those lappers and I took the inside into I guess it turn 14, and I hit the curb. The guy wasn't letting off, so I was just being aggressive. I hit the curb, lost control of the car, and I blew my engine. I blew my engine when I hit the yeah.
Jeez.
Peter, we've been talking you up all night. You've had the drive of the night. You had a little bit of an incident on lap 1. I'm not sure what happened there, but that put you back to P29, all the way up to P2. And we think you had enough pace. You might have been able to catch Matt at the end.
Yeah, David's been doing the calculation.
Oh.
And it looked like it was going to be a really close race. But I just wish I wasn't so aggressive on the lappers, but I just didn't have time to spare.
Yeah. Well.
It was wonderful to watch. I haven't seen such a great drive in a long time, and it was a pleasure to watch you tonight, and just sorry about the outcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, there are plenty of races left.
There are lots of races left. That's what I was going to say. So good luck ongoing, Peter. You and David both. Sorry you both had trouble. That's always a disappointment, but we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll perform without any ballast weight, so that's always nice to have.
Yep, looking forward to it now.
Yeah, all right.
See you guys later.
Yeah, see you, bud. Sorry about that.
Oh, see.
All right.
There you go. Driver interview, we're back. Dumped him back off in another room. So there you go. What? What's the matter? Still got lots of action out there on the track.
Speaking of action, that is Parsons still trying to take Hefner, and he's doing well now. He's moved up quite a bit since before the last pit stop.
Well, that gave P3, P2 back to Kirkbride and put Dave Pull back on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think Kirkbride or Poole has the pace tonight at Sebring to challenge Taylor. So as long as Taylor can cruise this one on home, he's pretty well taking it from start to finish.
Yeah, they're matching Taylor, but I don't think they have the pace to catch up, as you said. It's unfortunate we lost Szabo. Goodness, that is really have to take your time, though. He's absolutely right. There's a certain element of patience that I think, especially these veterans, are really have. There's a balance between speed and safety when you're trying to get by a lapped car.
Well, good on him, though. I mean, geez, you heard him there. Great attitude.
Oh yeah.
You know, hey, he just he went for it. It didn't pan out this time, but hey, you've seen this guy's pace before. I mean, he'll be back up on the podium again, and this is just race 1 out of 10.
Yeah, a lot of races left. Absolutely. You know, still 2 endurance races left.
If they're all like this,
so, yeah.
If they're all like this, Jake, we're in for a very exciting Thursday night NAGP season.
Well, more importantly, if they're all like this, the probability is that Taylor won't finish one. So in terms of points for these guys, you know, we've already Cuppet had issues early on and is back in 9th, so they're not going to be far. I'm expecting these Lamborghinis to do well in the championship, and they're not going to be far off of the other Lamborghini team. So we will see. They've got that advantage of no ballast weight. Matt Taylor will be carrying 40 kilograms for first place, if I remember right. So that's quite a lot of weight.
Well, we'll see how these how this car pack handles the extra weight this season. It is yet to be seen. A little farther back in the pack, Dan Thorpe chasing down Johnny McIntyre. And Parsons and Hefner, they're still at it as well. So still some racing going on here.
Just checking where our next round is. That would be Watkins Glen. Wow, yeah, okay. That's going to be a fun one, too.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great track. And Kevin's just redone that one a little bit. Put the inner loop in there like it's being run today, and I think cleaned up the track surface a little. I don't remember. He's done a couple things, a couple fixes to Watkins Glen as well as this track, so should be ready to go. Not that it wasn't already.
Kevin's just posted up he needs a ride for Watkins Glen, so any guys that are watching the broadcast that can't make it, shoot him a PM, give him a ride, eh? He's doing work on these tracks for you guys, so help him out here.
Did Kevin make that track? My phone died, so I'm not in Twitch chat, but he'll tell us if he made this the Watkins Glen or not. He might have. For some reason, I thought he did. Yeah, that's not his. No, he's making another one, maybe. I don't know. You can tell how well I keep up with Kevin. Not well. Not well at all. He's doing stuff. He's doing track stuff. What'd he say?
He said he's making a new one now.
Yep, that's what I thought. Very cool. Oh, they just did renovations, right? Or somewhat recently. I saw them run the IndyCar race there over the weekend, and it looks great.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get to the Glen this season, but who knows? I'll have to try and get there at some point. So, 53 out of 68. Taylor still out in the lead by almost 14 seconds. David Poole in third behind Kirkbride. And Jesse Olsen in fourth. Hefner fifth. Parsons sixth. Marison seventh. Bryant eighth. Cuppet ninth. And Moses rounds out the top 10.
I think Taylor's taking it easy. He knows he's got that gap. He knows
he can afford to. Plus,
yeah.
You know, coming up on Lee's lap cars, he doesn't need to.
Oh, right.
You know, risk anything at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just a little shout out. Dan Thorpe in 14th and Iggy Chordia trying to chase him down.
No way.
Yeah, all race. That's a whole race, those two guys. But Parsons and Zach Hefner. Now, this is getting a little closer.
Yeah, it is. Wasn't they just saying Hefner he's in 5th now? He's moving up. He's still moving up. So I was wrong about his pace. He's looking quick at this point. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Yeah, he has some turn Zabo time, but he's also not in a Lamborghini. So he's doing tremendously well. In fact, I think he's quicker than his teammate. He is. He's quicker than his teammate. So good run so far by Zach Hefner. He's quicker than his teammate over the last 10, 15 laps, I should say. Those are all the ones that I can see. So
yeah, Parsons has just turned his fast lap too, which almost matches Zach Hefner's lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Zach Hefner turned his a long time ago, so looks like Parsons is catching up.
Yeah, that Porsche might be a little quicker with as he burns off his fuel load.
Right.
What the heck do I know, though?
About as much as me, Jack.
No. You guys are bigger gearheads than I am.
Got lap traffic up ahead. That's 20th and 21st battling there. Oh, goodness, look out. That's Hefner.
And he's off and spinning around like a spinning top and puts him quite a ways back.
Yeah, I don't think he had help because I don't see any damage on the car. I think he just spun.
No, but it got really, really tight there with some lap traffic.
Yeah, it really did. That was a mess. Okay,
and
so
Bryant is coming up on him at speed.
Yep. Bryant, remember, fastest as the fuel burns off. Oh, okay, so look at this. Hefner on the inside, going to take that line I talked about. And Jeremy Bryant stayed wide, but you know what? He got by that time. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but I think Zach eased off there.
Yeah, he might have.
I really do. You know.
Well, because he was expecting Bryant to cut it on the inside like they have been doing, and he didn't. So maybe there might have been a lot of mutual respect there. Those guys both keeping it clean and giving each other plenty of room, and they didn't know what they were going to do. So Jeremy Bryant really has shown some great pace since he has joined us. Not a new driver, but he's returning after a couple seasons off, I believe, right? I think that's right. And he's really putting in the practice. Lots and lots of practice laps for Jeremy Bryant.
Well, it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, Zach has got to contend with a Lambo behind him, driven by Jonathan Cuppett.
Yeah, he does. But they are spacing out a little bit. Two drivers still lapping. I guess we'll go through the order. We've had some retirements, changed up a bit. Matt Taylor, though, still dominant this race, just doing a great job. We don't talk about him much, but great run so far, Matt. I really do hope it goes well for you, especially after your trouble last season. Kevin Kirkbride dealing with lots and lots and lots of lap traffic is in P2. So Matt Taylor has made his way through, and then David Poole is right up on the back of Kevin Kirkbride and getting a little closer as they approach lap traffic. So we'll see if that battle heats up. Oh, I'm sorry, no. They got cars in between them that make them look closer than they
Yeah, they've got Iggy Chordia in between them.
Yep. Jesse Olsen's in fourth, so really flying in that Ferrari. Had good consistency to move it up this far. And then Parsons, we talked about Parsons moving up. He's now in fifth. So, and Brad is also stuck behind Parsons and moved up the field to sixth position. Jeremy Bryant was in the Ferrari train. Now he's fallen back to seventh. And Zach Hefner, we just saw make that mistake and is working his way back up. But he won't get where he was. He doesn't have enough laps. We got 12 laps to go here. So he's coming up on the Ferraris. One of them lapped. That's Chandler, I believe. Yep, it sure is. And Jeremy Bryant. Are those guys teammates? Yes. So, yep, we see Curtis getting out of the way there for Jeremy. Oh. And let's Hefner by as well there. That gives Hefner a little breathing room back to cup it. And as Iggy and Abe Wozniak get lapped here, they're involved in a battle of their own.
Well, Iggy is still chasing down Jan Thorpe. No breaking news there.
No, not at all. John McIntyre's in the mix. Tell you what.
I think Chris Moses had an off.
Uh-oh.
He's dropped to 12th. It's allowed Big Al by him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, you're right about that.
And Zach Hefner is now closing in on Jeremy Bryant.
The final 10 laps of the race now.
Oh, we just had a bump here. We just had a bump. Jesse Olsen just got tapped. Who tapped him?
Is that Omar? Yep, that's Omar.
I'm not sure.
In the BMW? Did he get tapped by a BMW?
I'm not sure. I just caught Jesse's car going wide on at the end of the straightaway there.
Gotcha. Well, he's recovered okay. He probably does not
Jeremy
have.
Bryant under a lot of pressure from Zach Hefner.
Yeah. I don't think that Jesse Olsen has a path to the podium at this point. There's too many laps to catch up. But what a battle here with Zach and Jeremy. Very different cars.
Nine laps left.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Taylor Rounds, lap 58. Terry giving him plenty of room, of course.
So, still some tight racing. You know, other than Matt Taylor, who's put on a bit of a clinic, I just, as I say that, I just watched him drive over the curb, all four wheels.
Yeah.
Kirkbride and Poole, you know, David Poole keeping Kirkbride in his sights.
Oh,
Both those guys using a lot of curb too.
Yeah, you know, I think we were talking about it a little bit in the chat.
Hefner and Bryant going to have some action here right now.
Well, that is the line that didn't work for Hefner earlier. Now doesn't quite work for Jeremy Bryant, although Hefner in the bumps. Oh, look at them as they go by lap traffic. Cuppet gets by lap traffic.
Murphy. That was an excellent move by Terry there.
Yep.
And Cuppet has moved up behind Zach Taylor. Curtis Chandler has pulled the plug.
He was really struggling there. You know, I don't know who Terry's teammate is. Oh, yes, I do.
Zach Hefner, a little bit of a bobble. He's letting Jonathan Cuppet in Lambo through.
That's not what he wants.
Or maybe not.
That is not what he wants, but that thing has to brake earlier than some of these other cars. Falls in line that time. I think it really worked a little better for him.
These guys be tired at this point.
Yeah, they gotta be. They've been racing for over 2 hours now. Still a battle for 7th. Kevin Kirkbride keeping that gap to David. Actually just lowered it a little bit, but it's hovering at around 2 seconds. So I think he's going to keep that podium position in 2nd. Unless something goes badly wrong.
Yeah, he's got, you know, just a little over 6 laps to go.
Not a bad result for Kevin. You know, everybody was sure that a Lamborghini would win. And taking P2 when there were 3 other Lamborghinis that started this race is pretty good luck for Kevin there. And Hefner starting at the back has done well to get himself in the top 10. He could have been top 5, but yeah. At least the mistake did not send him out of the points or out of the top 10. He's got 2 cars, though, right ahead of him that he could get past. He's gotten past him before. Wow. Yeah.
Side-by-side drag race Ferrari Lambo. And it looks like Zach's trying to take advantage, but just not close enough. Okay, so the first half dozen laps were a little hairy. Are the last half dozen going to be a little hairy as well?
Well, as you said, they must be tired. A lot of these guys are spaced out. Like I said, Matt Taylor will stay in first. Of course, all this barring a major mistake. I don't think these guys are going to screw up, though. They've done really well over these 2 hours. Matt Taylor is in first. Kevin Kirkbride's going to stay in second. He's keeping that gap to David Poole in third and stable. So that's probably our podium because Jesse Olson's a whole, 10, 11 seconds back after that. So great run by those 3 guys, especially Matt Taylor, to just dominate the front like that. The only real battle we've got is all the way back here in 7th, about 50 seconds back. These 3 guys are right on top of each other as they move through lap traffic. So if it's going to get dirty, it'll get dirty right here and maybe back here with McIntyre and Thorpe. And Iggy.
Yeah,
Iggy gets involved.
Dan is finally Iggy's dropped off this race here. They were three cars all chasing each other, but it looks like Iggy's dropped off a little bit. But Dan looks like he wants to have that position.
Hefner on the inside of Bryant. Bryant gives him plenty of room. Plenty of room there, and goes for the over-under. Oh, with a bump! Wow, they both.
That was real close.
That was.
Zach hung on to it, but he lost a little grip there.
Yeah, he did.
Now, I haven't driven these cars this year, so it's not a good thing. What are the tires like when they get worn out?
I think I was told to expect more fall off. I haven't driven a whole stint in any of these cars, so I don't really know. But my understanding was that they do fall off a little more than the tires we used last season, but I could be wrong about that. Either way, typically the stints in the endurance races are not a problem. You know, they're regardless of how long they last, it's not a tire model, I think, that falls off like some of the vintage ones did. Zach Hefner gets totally. I don't know who that was, but that was not nice. Fortunately, it's only.
He's all turned around, and he has lost a bunch of time.
It's only going to cost him 1 spot. Who was that? I don't know.
Was it lap traffic?
Yeah, it was lap traffic, but I don't know what car it was.
Well, again, let's face it. Peter Szabo said it perfectly. He got a little aggressive in the lap traffic.
Well, I don't know about that because I think Omar Gomez was wrecking. I think that was Omar. Not 100% sure, but it was a car with yellow on it.
Let's not lay the blame anywhere. That's for the CC committee.
Oh yeah, no,
we're just broadcasters.
Yeah, I just don't think that was not quite the same as Peter's mistake there. I'm not sure there's anything Hefner could do, is all I'm saying.
So, 63 out of 67, winding down. Taylor, Poole, Kirkbride, Olson, Parsons, Maris, Cuppet, Bryant, Hefner, and Al Merriman.
Yeah.
Rounding out top 10.
Heck yeah. Then we got Chris Moses in 11th, Sean Rickert 12th, John McIntyre battling for 13th with Dan Thorpe. Who is going to come out ahead here?
Well, Dan's tried a couple of times to get.
Oh, mistake by Dan Thorpe.
Gets that one on.
And Iggy is by.
There goes Iggy.
Wow. And just like that, who's that? Is that Moses? That's Moses. Nope.
No, that's Parsons going through.
Wow. Be careful. Be careful.
So now we got a bunch of lap traffic.
So yeah, Iggy's got to be careful to let Parsons by and let Brad by, but not let Dan Thorpe by. Let's see. Dan Thorpe lets Brad.
Good on, Dan.
Yep, good job, Dan. Brad looking for a way around Iggy. Looking for a way around Iggy. Still looking for a way around Iggy. Oh, no, he got by Iggy. Excuse me. Yep. No, he didn't.
No, nope, he's still all over the back of Iggy, and he's got nowhere. Iggy's going to hang on. Attaboy.
Yep. Kevin Kirkbride now. Oh, excuse me. Kevin Kirkbride must have gotten tied up in lap traffic or something.
We missed that. Sorry, folks.
David
Poole is now taking P2.
I wonder if he just spun. He doesn't seem to have any damage. Yeah, maybe. No. Anyway, not sure what happened there. He must have made a mistake.
I hate that we missed that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I feel bad for catching people's mistakes, so I don't feel as bad for missing a mistake as I do when it's been coming for a couple laps. But yeah, that was not expected.
Absolutely not. We figured this was a cruiser, but like I said,
all that lap traffic.
The first 6 laps were a little hairy. The last 6 are going to be hairy as well.
Yep. Still back here, we've got that battle for 13th spot.
Yeah, I think Dan's probably trying to push that pedal right through the firewall. I don't know if he's close enough for a draft.
I'll tell you what. Who's that coming up? Oh, that's just Abe. Okay, that's his teammate. So, about to be 4 back here, and Dan Thorpe very close to Iggy. I think he was close enough for a draft there.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys aren't swinging out too wide.
No. You know, it might be the reason that they're, you know, a little off the pace.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're right.
Dan giving a good run at E.
Wow, he really is. Oh, way better through there than Iggy did. Iggy trying to maintain speed through those corners so he doesn't have to deal with a car beside him. He doesn't like to have a car beside him there, you can tell. Oh, that was close. That was close. Iggy, you're going to get yourself in trouble, buddy. Oh, and look, Abe and Dan. These are our skin guys. Did many of the custom skins this season. Did a great job. Actually, I'm supposed to show Abe. Hold on, Abe. Hold on, Abe. We got it, buddy. Abe's very happy with his driver model. So there you go. He has done them up. They are really fantastic. Dan Thorpe's got the Rebel Pilot helmet. That's pretty neat. Those guys going at it, which is giving Iggy some breathing room. Abe on the inside. Dan maintaining his speed on the outside. Wow, keeps a lot of speed on the outside. And Abe using every bit of the track there. Now Dan's going to have what we've seen to be the preferred line, and so is Abe as he slots in behind. Okay, we are on the penultimate lap here.
Well, we're only on lap 66.
Yeah, penultimate is right before the last lap.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
Jeremy Bryant out. Jeremy Bryant's
Oh
out.
no! Oh no!
I didn't catch it. I just watched him disappear.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. I don't know what happened there. You know, they are. I don't want to say it's lap traffic, but it might have been. They are really having trouble dealing with it. You know, Brad Marys is still not too far from Parsons. I wondered if he would push late in the race, but it looks like they're running too close pace to... Well, as I say that, he's pushing.
So, Matt Taylor has just started his final lap.
Yeah, absolutely.
David Poole in second. Kirkbride goes third. Olsen in fourth, and these guys should cruise home. They got enough gap between each other.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Parsons in fifth. Maris is close behind him, but he's you know, a second or so off, so it's going to make a mistake from Parsons. Cuppet in seventh. Hefner in eighth. Merosh in ninth. Chris Moses in 10th.
Matt Taylor's got a little bit of lap traffic left to contend with. He's seen them before. It's David Zahn and Bjorn Heyman. I'm not sure he'll get to him, actually. Nope, he won't. Plenty of room. So, yeah, Matt.
Oh, Sean Rickers in 11th. McIntyre in 12th. Thorpe in 13th. Still being chased by Iggy, though.
Yes, he is.
Dan did get by him.
Yeah, he got by him and got by his teammate. Got away from his teammate, I should say.
Iggy in 14th. Wozniak is all over the back of Iggy. He's saying, I'm going to take that spot on the last lap. Might not end well. Andrew Werner in 16th. Bjorn Heyman in 17th. Omar Gomez in 18th. David Zahn in 19th. And Terry Murphy is in 20th.
As you say that, Matt Taylor crosses the line. Great run by Matt. I'm sure we'll get him up here and talk to him in just a minute. He won't have much to say other than, wow, that went great. I wonder how his experience with lap traffic was. And David Poole takes second. Kirkbride takes third. Jesse Olsen coming around for purple helmets to take fourth. So great job in the Ferrari there. And then Parsons fastest Porsche fifth. Brad Mary's sixth. Jonathan Cuppet's coming around the final bend to finish seventh. Meanwhile,
and Jake, we have Matt Taylor.
Hey, Matt.
Matt, what a clinic.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Any hurdles there at all? Would lap traffic give you trouble? Because we weren't watching you very much, as you can imagine.
No, you know, any lap traffic was really good tonight. Looked like Zabo had an issue early on and was able to pull a gap a little bit, and then just focused on trying to run consistent lap times. And
yeah,
it was tough being out there by myself most of the time, just trying to stay mentally focused.
Oh yeah, that's a long 2 hours to be not racing anybody. Be hot lapping, really.
Well, your lap times were fabulous.
Oh,
your
yeah.
lines looked really good. Flag to flag, it was you were the top of the night. I think if Peter had been able to stay out of his first lap trouble, he would have given you a race.
No, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he was moving. But he had issue. He was being too aggressive. He, by his own admission, too aggressive with lap traffic and knocked out his engine. So quite a surprise there. Cuppet got 7th.
So that Lambo seems to have some awesome legs on the straightaway. How's it handling the twisty bits?
You know, it's got the great power that you mentioned, and it's got really, really good mechanical grip. This track really suited it without too much in the way of high-speed downforce reliant sections. So I suspect it'll fall a little bit further behind here the next couple weeks. We get to some more high downforce tracks.
Right. Yeah. Zabo was just murdering the curbs. It looked like Parsons driving that thing. So it it was really interesting to see you guys. You definitely did well this race. Fantastic run.
Hey, Matt, just a technical question. How are the tires at the end of a stint on that Lambo?
That's a good question.
They were starting to get pretty wore out. The rears had definitely lost grip. In fact, this car seemed to be pretty difficult to set up for a long stint with full fuel on it. It just changed characteristics or balance a lot through the entire stint. So balancing that and then having the tires wear off was definitely an added challenge.
Fuel level make a big difference.
Now, are they wearing out slowly, or are they falling off a cliff?
They weren't too bad. I think the light weight from the lower fuel amount helped to offset the tire wear too much.
Gotcha. Cool.
Well, congrats on the win. One in the books for you, and we'll sure keep our eye on you.
Matt,
for
what's
round
your
2.
team name?
It is Taking Care of Business Racing.
Taking Care of Business Racing. Okay, I couldn't remember it. You're like the only team I couldn't remember the name because I know you guys have changed it. That's a great name. So great race by you guys. Good run there. Good luck next week with the 40 kilograms. You get 40, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the broadcast, and congrats to the guys that finished on the podium.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Matt, we'll drop you back down.
Oh.
There we go, Jake. One in the books.
Yeah.
And a good little chat and some good intel from Matt Taylor.
Yeah, so maybe we will see more tire action. I wonder if we'll see any strategy mix-up, although they've told me not to expect that. So for regular length races, it's going to be the usual 1-stop, and the long ones, it'll be the usual 2-stop. So, yeah, like you said, some fall off on the tires, but then you've got the lower fuel making it a little easier for you. So not much mixing it up as far as the tires go this season, but I do think it's helped the racing out. And, man, what a race to watch. That was fantastic.
Well, Matt, it was great being back. Thanks for having me up in the broadcast booth with you. Thanks NAGP for doing all they did in the off season in bringing us another great season of racing at NAGP. Yeah, thanks to our sponsors again. That's ETA, Fox Studios, Morrison Lee, and Snowden Studios. And thanks to our viewers. We hope to see you back next week. We're at Watkins Glen. We like Watkins Glen, so I think most of the drivers here like Watkins Glen as well, so it should be quite a race. We'll see if Kevin Lekmansky gets a seat in that race, and we will catch you on the broadcast 9 p.m. Thursday. Join us 9 p.m. Monday for the 1991 F1 season, and I think that's going to be Kevin Kirkbride with Brad Marys next Monday. Maybe not. Al may be subbing for Ian. We'll see if that happens or not. But, Kevin did great. He did one race last season. Did fantastic. It was great to watch. So join him on Monday. Join us next Thursday. And thanks again. We will catch you next week.